All right. Monday night recap in the building. Your boy Stevie B alone tonight. No Boggleye, no Hammer, but your boy's still here. Uh so yeah, we got the recap tonight. So let's start going over some of these games as we got the Arizona and San Fran game here as well. Elijah Mitchell, not too much touches tonight. Not too much touches tonight. And then it gets one as we speak. Nice run there. Nice 5, 6 yards. Yeah, but he's a good little change of pace kind of guy from CMC. Give CMC a little bit of rest, take some of that brutality, up the middle and in between the tackles and those second and shorts and third and shorts. Let him take the bruising and try and get CMC more in space, which is smart. You want to try and keep him healthy, and if you could do that, then you can do that. So that's good. And that's, probably what CMC is healthy right now. And, they're giving the ball to Eli Mitchell a little bit here. So, I don't mind it if I'm a CMC fan. I want him healthy. Of course, you want him on the football field, but if as long as he's getting his work, there's no reason to have CMC get 30 plus touches. That's just a recipe for him to get hurt. He's not Derrick Henry built. Kevin, what up? Rough week, Stevie. Can't wait for my players to come back. Yeah, man. Yeah. I am not doing so hot and we have 3 home leagues. Me, Hammer, and Bogala. We have 3 home leagues. One is a dynasty league. And in the 2 redraft leagues, I'm just not doing hot. Not doing hot. It's rough. Dynasty league, I'm in the playoff hunt. But I've got fucking 2 guys. I got buys coming up. I got must-win games, and it's rough, man. It's rough. But I came away with the win this week. Mahomes did his thing and gave me the dub. What happened with you, Kev? I'm guessing you wound up losing by that tone. But yeah, man. First game was that Eagles and Falcons. Actually a really good game. Fields wound up getting hurt in this. Hurts his shoulder. They said he's day to day, but he is in pain. So I mean, it is something to look out for. Hopefully, he doesn't have to miss time, but that would hurt, especially for anybody that went out there and bought Fields or went out and traded their QB away because they had Fields. Debo. Oh, is that a touchdown, Debo? Did I miss that? Yep, touchdown, Debo. Okay. Finally, Debo doing something. But yeah, Fields, I mean, didn't have a great day. I mean, rushing 18 for 85. I mean, I don't know. What do you expect? If your QB is going to rush the ball almost 20 times, I mean, do you really think he's not going to get hit? So, I don't know. Monty, though, only guy there, 17 for 67 because Herbert obviously is out. Claypool still is not seeing a ton of work. He's not seeing many snaps. I don't know. I guess he's still getting integrated into the system. He still doesn't know the playbook, I guess. I don't know. But Mooney winds up catching the touchdown, but I mean the upside is just so limited. Like it's so bad. It's very, very limited. And then you got on the Falcon side, Kyle Pitts gets hurt. Rough day for Kyle Pitts. Looks like he's going to be done for the season. MCL tear. Uh, if you had him, he wasn't going crazy anyway. In dynasty leagues, I mean, I have him in a dynasty league. It does hurt, but at the same time, I do have Fryermuth, so I'm not really that upset about Pitts. He'll be back next year for me, but especially in redraft, people really weren't counting on Kyle Pitts. I'm sure a lot of people traded him or weren't even starting him at this point. Great target rate, great target share, but they just don't throw the ball enough. Now, maybe this opens up a little bit more for Drake London. Maybe they lean on Drake London a little bit more. This could be good for him. We'll see. I mean, Drake London one catch for 2 yards and a touchdown. So maybe that opens up a little more for Drake London and they go a little more to him. Cordell Patterson had 10 carries. Tyler Algier had 8. Mariota winds up with the touchdown run and a passing touchdown as well. But Falcons wound up coming up on top and they're 5-6 going in. And I really just wish they could get a QB so that they could throw the ball to Drake London. But as far as any waiver wire pickups for these particular teams, no, not really. I mean, Cole Kmet maybe, I guess, but Mooney is still even a questionable play. But you should feel good about Monty now, especially with Herbert out. As far as the Falcon side, I mean, nobody really you're getting now. Even the backup tight ends, you're not worried about. They're not going to be trying to force those guys the ball. I would expect Drake London to get a little bit more looks nowadays. Now that Pitts is out, but we'll see. We shall see. Kev says main league took that L. We'll be in third, but I had Godwin Hill out, so I'm not tripping. Yeah. Superflex teams start 9. I love the deep leagues. Some people just don't understand what deep, how much harder and better and more fun some of the deeper leagues are, than playing in some of these like 8 and 8 team leagues and shit. And 10 team leagues. 12 teams start 9. My QBs are also Tyler, Brady, and Watson. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, I heard a rumor from an inside source that the Arizona Cardinals that Kyler Murray could have very well easily been cleared to play today, but they wanted Colt McCoy to quarterback this game. They're being very protective about Kyler Murray, and at the same time, if Colt McCoy does decent, I mean, they're kind of getting their ass kicked right now. They might start Colt McCoy for the rest of the season if they've got nothing to win for, and they might trade Kyler Murray. That is just a rumor that I heard. I don't know how true that is, but I guess there's a little bit of truth to every rumor, so you never know. You never know. All right, next game we got was Browns Bills. Bills wound up on top, but I mean Amari Cooper just goes ham. 8 for 113 with 2 touchdowns. Peoples Jones had a touchdown as well, 5 for 61. Keep an eye out for David Bell, just in really, really deep leagues, especially when Watson comes back. More so, I guess, for Dynasty than redraft. I don't think you can expect it in redraft as much, maybe. But what you call it, David Bell, getting a little more playing time, 4 catches on 5 targets this week. But Chubby didn't do shit, 14 for 19 yards. I mean, but Josh Allen wasn't great either, under 200 yards passing. Singletary 18 for 86 and a touchdown. So whoever played Singletary, which I did pick in a few situations, you came away with it there. I mean, even James Cook had 11 for 86, which is kind of weird because I don't know. They went out and got Hines, even though they had Cook already, but now Cook is getting more work than he did even before. Is Hines still learning the playbook? I don't know what's happening. Knox had 7 for 70. I made a comment about Knox last week that I didn't really care about for him in Dynasty, and then he goes and gets 7 for 70. But he's never really that involved in the offense, even when they're scoring 40, 50 points. So I still don't like Knox. But Gabe Davis, 5 for 68. Diggs only 4 for 48 and a touchdown. Had a little talk on the sidelines with coach when he wasn't getting the ball and then wound up starting getting the ball. So yeah, nothing much else happened in that game. James Cook, 11 for 86 on the ground. Like he had any target. He didn't have any, yeah, he had 2 targets, but Kareem Hunt, pretty much useless, 2 for 22 receiving, 5 for 32 rushing. But Brissett, 3 touchdowns, 324 yards. I had Brissett going in a Superflex Dynasty league, and he brought me home the dub on that shit. So that was good. Meanwhile, Josh Allen in one of my two QB leagues fucked me, but other would look good in that Falcons jersey. Hey, listen, I wouldn't even mind that, to be honest, especially with Pitts and London there. But the one thing about Kyler is like he's just not really a good QB, man. I mean, if you really like look at him and watch, like he can't really sit in the pocket and deliver throws and read defenses and go through reads. Like he can't do that. He's more successful when he's kind of just running around, when the play breaks down and then, getting success from there. He's not crazy successful out of the pocket, which I don't like. And then there was the whole, study thing that was in the contract, and now this rumor comes about, and it's just like, what the hell, man? But yeah, I wouldn't mind him going to the Falcons. Do some of that over there, give them a decent QB. Obviously, it's a big contract. I don't know, how that can happen or what ramifications that has, but we shall see. But yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all, and I'm sure you Falcons fans wouldn't either. I'm guessing you're a Falcons fan, Kev. Are you? Let me know. When Watson comes back, you thinking top 10 week to week? It's rough. I mean, listen, he was a top five QB every season, even with shit teams. He has the talent now. Obviously, he hasn't played in a long time. So we don't know what is that gonna look like. I mean, if I had him, I would be hesitant to play him the first week at least, just to kind of see him get back out there and get in a groove. Um, but yeah, if he's definitely considered top 10 week to week. I mean, he's like I said, considered top five QB every season that he's played. So yeah, he's definitely would be top 10 week to week. He would be top five week to week, literally, if he is playing how he used to play. But again, he hasn't played in a while. Maybe it takes a little bit to rust that off. Um, hopefully we see it this year. We'll see, but if not, maybe next year we'll see some more. As long as he stays out of trouble, that is. Brian, what's up, Brian? Appreciate you dropping in, man. I was down by 55. Only needed 15. Only need 15 to take the dub. Very, very tense, bro. Who do you got going? I mean, yeah, there was some shit going down in one of my dynasty leagues. Guy was down by I don't even know, like 45, and he's got D Hop, he's got Connor, and I don't know someone else he's got. Ayuk. It's been working out for him, I think, so far. I don't know if he pulled it away yet. Let's check. No, not yet. He's down by 8 points. But we do get a bonus for 100 yards receiving. So Hopkins is 13 yards away from that. That'll bring him within like three. So he still needs a little bit, but there's still plenty of time. So he's got that locked up. You got CMC, Connor, 49ers D, and Gold. And you need 15 more points. Yeah, there's still plenty of time. Like I just said, there's still plenty of time for Connor, for CMC, to get you that, bro. And then you got gold too, so you should be good. Especially that the 49ers are up. They might kick field goals, if they're not obviously they'll kick field goals. If they can't score. I hate everybody. What up, Patrick? Man, Najee and Pacheco are on my damn bench. Man. Did you learn from benching Najee last week? Should have. I would have played him this week. He showed that he was getting better last week. And then listen, Pacheco. that was just unfortunate. Like CEH got hurt. Nobody knew that was going to happen. So he got a lot more burn than maybe that he would have. But yeah, CEH is down. So now Pacheco is pretty much, you can start him every week now. As long as CEH is out. I think it was a hammy, they said. So they don't even like CEH anyway. So the next game was the Colts fan. Okay, you're a Colts fan, Kev. Colts fan. Man, I feel bad. Damn. How'd you feel when Andrew Luck was like said that he was out? Andrew Luck coming back, bro. Y'all need Andrew Luck back. Y'all definitely need. You should give him a call. We should fucking tweet him, or I should make a post. We should tag him. Everybody got to tag each other in that shit. But yeah, man, Luck that hurt when Luck was just said he would. But you know what? It hurt me that the Colts fans when Luck said he was retiring, like everybody, like they booed him and shit. Like I don't know how you felt about it, or if you booed him, Kevin. Let me know what you felt about the whole Andrew Luck leaving thing. But that dude just he wasn't happy no more. Swift starting to look like CEH. Yeah, I mean, he still scores a damn touchdown. Like he does just enough to make you like, you know, he just man, it's just bad. It's just bullshit, bro. Just bullshit. He just tickles the ball sack a little bit, Swift. That's the problem. And it's like you can't. It's hard to not play him because bro? If he gets 15 rushes, like like what he can do with that. Um, and you know what? Amon-Ra St. Brown got tackled twice at like the 2 or the 1 yard line. And, you know, Jamal Williams winds up running it in. Like Jamal Williams is the goal line back. Like, okay, that's fine. But Swift, you know, definitely needs to see more touches. And we see what he can do with it. He's just got to stay healthy. I think they're just trying to keep him healthy. And it just sucks. It's like, when is the game where they're actually going to unleash him again? Because we've seen what he can do when he's unleashed. So it's just fucked. He's still giving you, you know, points. Just Luck set us back like a decade. Yeah, man, that was got to be rough, bro. At least he let us know. Yeah, if you're not happy doing what you're doing, I'm not hating. Yeah, man. He was taking a beating though. I mean, y'all motherfuckers wouldn't block. He was getting his ass kicked, man. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know. He wasn't. Is that fuck? Is that Debo on the sideline? I think that's Debo getting looked at right now. Um, Ayuk is just his stock just keeps going up and up. All right, Eagles and Colts, man. That was a good game. Sucks the Eagles came out on top. I really didn't want them to, and they shouldn't have. They didn't really play particularly well. Another kind of close game, and they should have lost. I mean, AJ Brown came out hot, but only went 5 for 60. Devonta Smith 6 for 78. The touchdown went to Watkins. You've got Jalen Hurts 16 for 86 and the touchdown. He looked good. Miles Sanders was okay, 13 for 47, but only 190 passing yards for Hurts, a touchdown, no intos. So I mean, Jalen Hurts did his thing, but they didn't look great. They didn't look great. On the Colts, you know, put up a fight with them. I mean, JT 22 for 84 and a touch. I got that touchdown early, but didn't do much really for the rest of the game. Matt Ryan was okay. I mean, 213, didn't throw a touchdown or interception. Pittman 6 for 75, Campbell 5 for 67. I mean, Pierce 3 for 28. They just had nothing going. It was just neither team really had anything going, really. I mean, the best parts of that game was like the defense. I mean, Zaire Franklin 12 tackles, CJ Gardner Johnson had 11. Not really much, other than Jalen Hurts anyway. Nobody really looking to pick up on waiver wires. I mean, Watkins had the touchdown, but he's not a guy that you're gonna pick up and play. Um, Campbell can, I guess you could play him decently. I mean, in deep leagues in the flex, I mean, 5 for 67. He's been playing well. Matt Ryan's been getting him the football. Even in a low scoring game here, he was productive. Had 6 targets. I mean, Alec Pierce had 8 targets, but only caught 3 of them. I mean, they threw the ball not a ton, 32 times, but all of them went to pretty much those 3 receivers, a few to Jonathan Taylor, but nobody really here you want to pick up either, as well. But anyway, that's pretty much all that went down in that game, fantasy wise. Jets Patriots. Yeah, let's get into Zach Wilson, who's losing his job. Mark, what's up, Mark? I was in desperate need for a QB in a redraft. I traded Devonta Smith and Mike Williams for Tua and Jerry Judy. I mean, is this one QB? Was there like no other QBs you can kind of get out there? I mean, Mike Williams got hurt so again, so that's not bad. But Judy, I don't know. Judy's hurt too. Devonta Smith, I guess, is okay. But I mean, is this a 10 team league, a 12 team league? Like, how many starters do you have? How many, was it two RB, three wide receiver, two wide receiver, two flex, three flex, super flex? I mean, give me just a little bit more detail if you could. Tua, I mean, you got Tua, and Tua's been playing amazing. So, I mean, I want to say it's a win because Mike Williams got hurt and you get Tua. I mean, Devonta and Judy are, I guess, equally the same almost, even though Judy is hurt. So you do get a hurt Judy, but you do get Tua. So I mean, were you depending on Mike Williams and Devonta Smith? Like, what's the rest of your team look like? Like, if you weren't depending on them, then yeah, it's a win for you because you get Tua. So one QB, 10 man double flex. Okay, team is loaded besides QB. So yeah, I mean, if your team is loaded, absolutely besides QB, then absolutely it's a win. That's what I'm saying. Definitely. If you didn't need those guys, if you're not relying on Devonta Smith and Mike Williams, and Mike Williams was hurt anyways, so probably that's a dub. I'll take Tua. I'll definitely take Tua for that. Especially if the rest of your team is loaded, then absolutely. But yeah, all right. Jets and the Patriots, 10-3. What a boring, low scoring game. I guess let's talk about the Patriots first. Mac Jones, not bad, 23 of 27 for 246. No tutties and no intos, but Harris 8 for 65. Stevenson doubles the carries, 15, but only for 26. So he wasn't that effective. But he did have 6 catches for 56 yards, which actually led the team. So Stevenson has been really, really good. He's been a top 10 running back. Myers 4 for 52. I mean, nothing much else really happened there. Jonnu Smith had 4 for 40. He had one big catch, but nothing really there. I mean, nothing you're looking at on the waiver wire at least either. As far as the Jets, I mean, nothing happened for them this game offensively. 77 passing yards for Zach Wilson, 9 of 22. They put up 3 points, and then he's got the nerve, to say, no, I don't think we let down the defense. I mean, so what did you do then, bro? If you didn't how did you expect to win if you put up 3 points? Like, they gave up 10 points. You couldn't put up 10 points, and it's their fault. But yeah, he should definitely be embarrassed, and especially at his answer. Like, you definitely got to take some kind of accountability. Like, this is grown man shit. This isn't high school. This isn't college. So you've got to take the accountability and say, yeah, we did let them down. We've got to be better, and you know what? We are going to be better. We're going to get back into we're going to get back into the film room. We're going to study. We're going to get together. We're going to be better, and we're going to come out next game and do our thing. And instead, he just acted like a little bitch and was like, no, like, the fuck. So yeah, the Jets are upset. Everybody's upset in the locker room, as I would be if I was a player, and or coach on that team. So, coach said, hey, we don't know who's going to start next game yet. Um, I mean, you're 6-4. You know, you've got a shot, and you're not about to waste it on bum ass Zach Wilson. So if I'm the Jets, I start playing Flacco again. I know there's talks about White, but I mean Flacco was throwing the ball well. I mean, they were one of the best passing attacks in the league when Flacco was throwing the ball. So I don't know. Did I go to White? Did I go to Flacco? We shall see. But just nothing happened offensively for the Jets at all. It's hard to play any of these players on a fantasy team, including Garrett Wilson, which I mentioned he's going to be rocky. He's not going to be solid. So you hope they put in Flacco or someone else because Zach Wilson is just not the one. He's just not the one. The next game was the Rams and the Saints. Saints wound up on top by a touchdown, 27-20. Both just teams not really playing well. Dalton, though, I mean, 3 touchdowns, 260 yards, 21 of 25, looked really good, looked really efficient. Taysom Hill had 9 rushes for 52 yards. So he finally got the ball a little bit more. You've had Kamara only 12 for 42, also had 4 for 47 through the air. Olave had the big touchdown, the big long touchdown, 5 for 102. Juwan Johnson, 3 for 47 and a touchdown. So he's still, continuing to be a top 10 tight end. Landry wound up getting in the end zone as well. Other than that, I mean, nothing much on that side. Taysom Hill, I mean, you can still throw him in, that tight end position, but hasn't done much since, that big breakout game. Still gives you the same floor as anyone else, gives you a higher ceiling, but he's more and more hitting the floor. I mean, what, what would he have? 5, 6 points maybe in this game with his rushing and his tiny bit of passing. So, like not bad. I mean, you gotten worse at tight ends before. So if you're in a pinch, you can always play Taysom Hill. On the Ram side, you've got Akers had 14 for 61, kind of took over that backfield. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. But I guess Akers is the guy. But Perkins had 5 carries. Kyron Williams had 7 carries. Henderson had 2 carries. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. And then on the receiving end, I mean, Allen Robinson, 4 for 47. Higbee wounds up with the most targets and has 4 for 45. But Robinson had the touchdown, and then they had the big, long touchdown to Tutu Atwell. He finally gets a touchdown in his NFL career. Like Elijah Mitchell is running right now. I mean, they're up 24-10. This is exactly, you don't need to hurt Christian McCaffrey, and run him. Now, obviously, it sucks in fantasy, but I mean, it's a smart move by a smart play by the 49ers. But yeah, other than that long touchdown and Robinson's, nothing else really happened for them. There's nobody really here that you want to pick up. Akers, I guess, is maybe. I mean, he's still not really. They suck. They just can't move the ball or score really, so it's hard to even put him in the even in the flex conversation still. So I wouldn't do that yet. Definitely want to see more. My bad. I'm fixing something real quick. All right. Yeah, I mean Stafford, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wound up coming out of the game. Another concussion, so scary. Came out again for I guess the concussion symptom. So we don't know what's going to happen with Matt Stafford going forward. I'm going to guess he'll miss a few games at least. At the least, I mean, we saw what they did with Tua. They are going to control this thing. They're not doing well anyway, the Rams. So just sit up. There's no reason for him to play. You got to sit him. You got to sit him. So grab my charger real quick. 1 second. Hmm. Ah, what's this game here? Yeah, 24-10. I mean, San Fran just handling Arizona right now. All right. Put CMC back in down by the goal line or what? Is they're about to score again. I don't think Debo's out there. I think he's still on the sideline. Something to look at and keep an eye on. Definitely. The next game we had was what did we talk about? Eagles, Colts, Jets, Patriots, Rams, Saints. Let's talk about the Lions and the Giants. The Lions, three straight, looked good. Jamal Williams just banging shit in three more times, leading the league in touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. Um, they just kept getting the ball down to the goal line. Oh my God, this is Ayuk again. Shit, I should have kept him. Ayuk scores a touchdown, 13-yard reception. Chat is blowing up because Ayuk just won this kid the game. Um, but yeah, Lions kept getting down to the goal lines. They kept hitting St. Brown, St. Brown, St. Brown, down to the one, down to the two. St. Brown couldn't bang it in. And once they got down there, it's just they're just handing it off to Jamal Williams at the goal line there. Justin Jackson had 9 carries. Swift had 5. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with Swift. I don't get it. Now he's just like a third option almost. Like, I mean, I don't know. Are they just sick of him getting hurt? Are they totally are they done? Like I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to not play him. He's still averaging 12 fantasy points per game. Still averaging 12 fantasy points per game. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, Jamal 3 touchdowns. Swift still had a touch. Golf did nothing really. 17 of 26 for 165. Basically just played catch with St. Brown all game. 7 for 76 for St. Brown. I mean, nothing crazy, but had 8 of the 26 targets. Daniel Jones 341 with a touchdown, but did throw 2 intos. Wandale Robinson was a star in this one, 9 for 100, but did tear his ACL, so he is done for the season. Slayton had 5 for 86. Richie James had the touchdown. You had Breida actually get a touchdown in this one as well, where Saquon only 15 carries for 22 yards. Just nothing happening for him there against a bad Lions defense. I don't know what exactly happened, but Saquon did not have a day. Slayton is definitely a waiver wire pickup. He has been for the past 2 weeks. If he's still out there, definitely go and get him now, especially that Robinson is out. Yeah, yeah, that Ayuk touchdown laid a big win in one of our home leagues, so shit is blowing up right now. But yeah, Slayton, a guy you can go out and get. I mean, even Richie James, I guess too. They gotta throw the ball to somebody. Galladay's a bum. I'm not touching Galladay. But yeah, Nobody else really you want to get. I mean, Breida. I mean, if you've got Saquon, you probably should have Breida just in case Saquon got injured. But next game we got was the Panthers and the Ravens. Very low scoring game, but very disappointing. I mean, just nothing. Like you would expect that if the Ravens and the Panthers, if the game was close all game, you'd expect Foreman to kind of have did some work, but he didn't. 11 carries only for 24 yards. Why Baker Mayfield 21 of 33. Why he's throwing the ball so much, I don't know. Two interceptions. Terrence Marshall 3 for 76, caught a long one. But DJ Moore 3 for 24. Like, why are we not prioritizing getting DJ Moore and Donta Foreman the football? Your two best players on offense. Why are we not focusing on that? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the coach. I'm not smart enough to be the coach, I guess, but I mean that seems pretty simple. And so I don't know. It's just frustrating, very frustrating for DJ Moore owners, for Donta Foreman owners, for Carolina Panthers fans. Um, and PJ Walker was hurt. Does PJ Walker come back? Can he start? Um, Sam Darnold, is he okay? Can he get back into it? Because Baker's just not scoring. He's not able to do anything. Um, as far as the Ravens, I mean 209 for Lamar, 11 for 31 on the ground, did have the touchdown rushing. Kenyon Drake 10 for 46. Demarcus Robinson was the guy in this one, 9 for 128, 6 for 63 for Mark Andrews. But yeah, the big 9 for 128 for Demarcus Robinson. I mean, and he seems to be the guy. He seems to be the guy. He's getting the work, he's getting the targets, he's getting the catches. He's doing his thing. I mean, 9 targets, 9 receptions for 128. So he seems to be the guy. Definitely go and pick him up if he's on waivers. But yeah, that's the one. Mark Andrews 6 for 63, so it looks like he's back and healthy. Mark Andrews, so you can feel confident about that. On the Panther side, I mean, you can barely start DJ Moore. You can't start DJ Moore if Baker's still the QB. Donta Foreman, I mean, you got to start him. I mean, you just got to hope that they can stay in that positive game script so that he can actually get the football. So that's the big part of that. So after that Ravens Panthers game, we had the Commanders at the Texans. Commanders did their thing. I mean, they're 6-5 now, playing well. Heineke is the QB. He's QB. Didn't throw any touchdowns or picks for about 191, so didn't do anything crazy, but didn't really have to. I mean, they came out. The defense came out and scored a touchdown like on the first drive, pick six. Gibby 18 for 72, Brian Robinson 15 for 57. So Gibby actually had a few more carries and was more efficient as well. Curtis Samuel had a touchdown on one of his two carries. Through the air, you had Scary Terry 4 for 55, led the team in targets with 7, but Lance Thomas 5 for 65 on 6 targets right behind him there. Nothing else happened. Gibby 3 for 31 through the air as well. So now that McKissick is out, it seems like Gibby's going to get more work, which is good for Gibby owners. So you should feel good about that. So Gibby and Brian Robinson pretty much you can start those guys every week now. They're pretty much must starts. Curtis Samuel didn't really do anything outside of the touchdown. I mean, only one catch for 10 yards. But I mean, on the other side, you look at Damian Pierce, just a bummy crap game, 10 carries for 8 yards. I mean, Davis Mills is the one who winds up getting the touchdown, rushing it in. Two intos for Davis Mills. They're most likely going to draft a quarterback. I think they wanted to give it a year and just see what they had in Mills, or just wait, anyway, for the next draft class. I mean, they're going to have one of the top picks, so they can definitely get one of these top QBs. Brandon Cooks had 3 for 70, had one long one, 41 yard long game, pretty much was the only thing that he had. Nico Collins, 5 for 48, 7 targets. They've got to try and get the ball to Nico Collins a little bit more. Big guy, 6'4", But they got to try and work him in a little bit more. I mean, the game before he had 10 targets, he had the touchdown, so but just nothing going. They couldn't get the run game going, so therefore the pass game wasn't going. It was just an overall mess for the Texans. But Nico Collins, a decent pickup in deep leagues. I had to play him in one of my leagues, but yeah, good pickup if you're in deep leagues. Brandon Cooks, I don't, you just can't even really play this guy anymore. It's just rough. Damian Pierce, you're going to start every week, so don't be discouraged. Shit happens sometimes, man. Shit happens. So Raiders Broncos. This one was a good game. This was the overtime. Derek Carr finishes with 307, two touchdowns and no intos. But he wasn't great. Like he wound up like his numbers, his overall numbers at the end wound up, not being bad. But Jacobs 24 for 109, wasn't able to get into the end zone though. Devontae Adams was the guy there. Two touchdowns, 7 for 141. Matt Collins 6 for 52. Jacobs even 3 for 51 through the air, so he's getting the ball. But yeah, Devontae, Matt Collins, and Jacobs pretty much are the only ones who did anything here. Matt Collins, as we've been saying, is a decent waiver wire pickup with Waller out and Renfro. I don't think he did much last game, but this game, I mean, 6 for 52, not bad. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. On the Denver side, big news: Melvin Gordon gets released. They just straight up released Melvin Gordon. Chase Edmonds is still a few weeks away from playing, they said. So Latavius Murray is the workhorse right now. Um, but yeah, they just straight up released Melvin Gordon. You fumbled again. That's it. Like, get the fuck out. Basically, that is what happened. So big uptick for Latavius Murray. Russell Wilson, 240, threw for 247. Wasn't bad, but no touchdowns, but no intos. 5 for 80 for Sutton. Made actually an incredible catch on the sideline. Sutton did. Hitting 3 for 57. I mean, Melvin Gordon had 5 catches actually for 39 yards. He wasn't even that bad. But Murray had 4 for 23. So Murray is looking up. He's going to have the ball. They got nobody else. I don't know if they plan on signing somebody or they just wait till some of these other RBs come back. But yeah, nothing else happening on that side. I mean, Hinton, I guess deep leagues, maybe a sneaky pickup. Dolchich is still good. I mean, he only had 4 for 30, but he'll be all right. But yeah, Sutton, I mean, with Judy out, was a decent play. Definitely was a decent play. All right, let's talk about before I go even to the next. There's a couple more games there, but as it much as it pains me to talk about my Vikings, man, we just got our fucking asses kicked. We played like the Packers, but just horrible. I mean, Kirk Cousins was pressured the most that he's ever been in his entire career. I think it was like 63 or 64% or something like that. I've been seeing online, but yeah, I mean, didn't have time to do anything. I mean, Dalvin Cook even 11 for 72, like he was decent on the ground, but we just got our asses kicked. Dak Prescott was near perfect, 22 of 25, 276, two touchdowns. Then Cooper Rush comes in and goes 4 for 5. Like, what the fuck? Tony Pollard, 15 for 80 on the ground, and then another 6 for 109 and two touchdowns through the air. What the fuck that was about? I don't know. You had CD Lamb 5 for 45, wasn't great. Zeke had the two touchdowns, only 15 for 42 on the ground. So his usual not efficient self, but he did jam in the two tutties, which you can expect anytime they kind of get close. That's just that's his time. What's his time? I mean, and then on the Viking side, I mean, and Pollard is an every week play at this point. He pretty much has been all season. He's been like a flex play, low end flex, but now he's pretty much a flex RB2 at this point. I think he's like and with that last game, he's like RB10 now on the season. So technically, you could say he's an RB1. But yeah, Dalvin Cook, decent day on his end. TJ Hawkinson, 5 for 34. Justin Jefferson, 3 for 33. Hawkinson, 9 targets, but nothing else happening from Minnesota. Just nothing, absolutely nothing. Just bad, bad, nothing. I can't even say. I can't say anything. I don't know. Embarrassing, but we are still 8-2. Um, we do still have a great record, so I'd rather that happen now. Let us take a punch in the mouth. We just played a real tough game against the Bills, and we just weren't ready, I guess, for the Cowboys. We took a lot of energy out last week, maybe. Who the fuck knows? But we'll look to bounce back this next week, and we'll see what happens from there. But very disappointed in my Vikings. Still looking to go up there for a game. I'm debating whether to go up there in like 2 weeks or not. I don't know. I don't know. But all right, Bengals and Steelers was the next game here. Bengals wound up 37-30. I mean, Burrow 355, four tutties, two in toes. You had Mixon get hurt, which was big in this game. So Mixon gets hurt. There's Debo. I guess Debo's all right. And then Perrine comes in and winds up scoring three touchdowns. Perrine, three touchdowns. I mean, nobody played him, obviously, but touchdown for Irwin through the air, 9 for 148 for T. Higgins, just a beast on 13 targets. Just what we thought, what we know of T. Higgins and what he can do, um, especially with Chase out. So, Kenny Pickett on the other hand, there goes Debo down back on the sideline, fucking with his hammy. God damn, you really have to do all of that, bro? Like, still, you're up by 21 points. Like, there's no reason to be going hard like that. Fucking guy hurt himself. 25 of 42 for Kenny Pickett, 265 and a touch. No intos. Najee, 20 carries for 90 yards, two touchdowns. Najee finally coming into form. Najee coming into form. And then Baby Gronk Frymouth, 8 for 79 with the team leading 12 targets. Deontay Johnson, only 5 targets. Pickens had 6 targets with the touchdown, 4 for 83. And Harris had 4 for 26 on 6 targets through the air. So Deontay Johnson is like the odd man out here, it looks like so far. There goes San Fran again. What just happened? They're just letting them like walk in. What is happening? Is that Kittle? What was that? That was so weird. I don't know if y'all are watching the game. It was weird. It's like three guys just stopped. So two tutties for Kittle. And Garoppolo having a fucking day. What is that? 4 touchdowns for Jimmy G? Jeez. Jimmy G just doing his thing. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a tight end, Baby Gronk is your guy. George Pickens, still a flex play, 4 for 83 and a touch, like we said. Najee now you can play him. You should probably should have played him this week after last week's performance. But Najee played well last week and then this week again. Like I said, 20 for 90, 2 touchdowns this week. So he looks a lot better too. He's looking more like he's running downhill. I think he's more healthy. I don't think he really was as healthy as we thought he was earlier, especially with his cutting and planting and going forward because he was doing a lot of just razzle dazzle, like juking side to side and not going downhill to gain yardage. There was a few catches that I saw him catch, and instead of like planting and going to get the first, he kind of just tried to dance and just wasn't able to go anywhere. So I think he is okay now and good to go. So I mean, Tyler Boyd disappointing, 2 for 42, but yeah, um, as we expect Higgins to kind of come out on top there. Chase should be coming back soon. I don't know, maybe as early as next week. We'll see. We'll see. Let me check out a couple. I'm just checking out my league real quick. Yes. Final game. Great game, actually. Awesome game, but do not leave the game in Patrick Mahomes' hands. Wound up winning me my fantasy matchup on that last drive there. But yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, 329, three touchdowns. Travis Kelsey, 6 for 115, three touchdowns. Pacheco, 15 for 107, looked good. CEH wound up coming out of this game, hamstring injury. So it was just Pacheco and McKinnon, and Pacheco got to work. McKinnon even 6 carries. Wound up with big fumble that he lost, which wasn't good. But Justin Watson had 3 for 67 on 4 targets. He had a real big. He had one big catch, 29 yards. 2 for 51 for Jody Fortson. He had a big catch too. Kadarius Toney in this game gave a lot of people donuts. I mean, even I said to play him in a lot of leagues. I told a lot of people to play him, but how could you not? I mean, we saw what he did last week on limited touches, just barely learning and knowing the offense. And now with two guys hurt in Juju and Miko Hardman, we expected that he would get more work and that he would do his thing. And unfortunately, in Kadarius Toney fashion, just like he has done all his career, he wound up getting hurt. Not even 2 games in a fucking Chiefs uniform, he goes down, hamstring injury. So that's gonna linger most likely. He's not gonna be okay, I don't think. So the biggest takeaway from this game was Sky Moore, the rookie, wound up getting a lot of work. Wound up second on the team in targets behind Kelsey with 6. 5 catches for 63 yards. Now, he had some big catches as well. They weren't just rinky-dink catches. Like he had some big catches, especially in the fourth quarter there. So wound up with 6 catches. I mean, Patty looked like he loved him. He said something after the game about the young guy stepping up. So him and Pacheco, doing their thing was really good, and Patty was happy about that. But to lead the wide receivers in targets, other than obviously Kelsey, that's a good sign. And obviously, Mecole Hardman is hurt, and now with Tony hurt, now I guess Sky Moore steps into the Mecole Hardman role. Um, it looked like he was playing the Juju role. I'm not entirely 100% sure, but it looked like he was. I'd have to actually look at the tape a little more, but it looked like Sky Moore was playing the Juju role a little bit, and we'll see, I guess. But we'll see what happens down the stretch. But on the other hand, and again, Patrick Mahomes, just don't leave it up to him. He's gonna make you pay for it. On the other hand, I mean Herbert, 280, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Finally got back Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and Mike Williams goes down right, bright and early, bright and early. Mike Williams goes down. Um, Re-injures the ankle. So Keenan Allen 5 for 94 on 8 targets. Joshua Palmer was the guy, 8 for 106 and 2 touchdowns on 10 targets. Eckler 19 for 83 and a touchdown. So they played well, but just not well enough. Just not well enough. They left too much time for Patrick Mahomes, and he made them pay. He made them pay, and that's just what happens sometimes. I mean, I knew it. I was like, if Patrick Mahomes gets this ball back, it's a wrap. And he wound up getting the ball back, and that's what happened. But it was a really good game, decently high scoring. I mean, 30 to 27. I figured it'd be decently pretty high scoring. Not 40 like the fucking Cowboys or 37 like the Bengals, but a really good game. And Kelsey is just unbelievable. I mean, if you drafted Kelsey, you're just cashing in. I mean, he's literally winning you games, winning you leagues. I mean, I wish I would have drafted Kelsey. And we knew that he was going to do his thing, especially with no, no cheetah. We knew that. Damn, the Cardinals just suck. Cardinals suck. And they could very well go into next season and draft a running back and or QB if this whole Kyler Murray rumor thing is true. I mean, who knows? I mean, if they let Colt McCoy finish the season and then trade Kyler Murray, then maybe they go and draft a QB. I'm sure they could get a ton for Kyler Murray, but I mean, it's just a huge contract that you gotta eat. So that's the rough part. That's the rough part. But yeah, Tony Pollard. I mean, they're showing Tony Pollard highlights now, just doing his thing, just doing his thing. And Jerry Jones. I mean, he's not gonna give up on Zeke. I mean, but they're finding other ways to get Tony Pollard the ball. I mean, he had a ton of catches. He did his thing catching the football. So it's like they could get him more integrated into that. And that's what they were supposed to be doing earlier in the season. Now it's at the end of the season and they're starting to throw him the football a lot more now. I mean, they take Jimmy out. Yeah, I think Jimmy's out. They've got the subs in now, because they're just killing. Yeah, Jimmy's on the sideline. Yeah. But yeah, anybody out there, let me know what y'all want to talk about, any questions y'all have or anything. Before I hop off, uh, unless we got something going on. But trade deadline tonight in some leagues, in a couple weeks for other leagues. Doesn't exist in other leagues. But Purdy is in at QB for the 49ers. Purdy goes to hand this ball off, and the running back winds up going on the other side of him. He winds up picking up 9 yards on this, which is kind of crazy. Uh, the running back went on the other side of him. So just a miss communication, or they just don't know the plays or messed up the plays. So one of them, one or the other did, RB or QB, but wound up, like I said, picking up good yardage. So this game is wrapped up and done. I mean, fantasy wise, there's nothing else that can happen. I mean, everybody's out now at this point. D Hop, Elijah Mitchell, CMC. So you got what you got. Did you get enough? Did you win your league this week or not? I think, yeah, I didn't really have anything riding on this game, so it didn't really matter for me. But just still upset that my Vikings got their ass kicked. You know, and then Hammer and Bagla, they're not even here to shit on me either. So I get it easy tonight. I'm sure I'll hear it on Friday when everybody's on. We'll hear it on Friday. But for tonight, I'm Gucci. And Dortch is just doing work. Oh, he's trying to get almost runs that shit back. But yeah, Rondell Moore goes down. No Marquise Brown either. Marquise Brown should be back next week, hopefully. Not sure what's going to happen with Rondell Moore, but Dortch is looking good. It's like he's coming up a little limp now too. Everybody's getting hurt. Is that holding? Oh, they're gonna bring it back. After all that, they're gonna bring it back. Oh, that sucks. On a block in the back. On a block in the back. That's rough. That's rough. But yeah. Do they play Flacco or do they play White? I mean, they won't commit to Wilson. What are they doing? What are they doing? Don't forget Broncos got rid of Gordon, so he's a free agent. I don't know if he's going to get signed anywhere, but keep an eye out for that. If you got Latavius Murray, uptick for him. Kyle Pitts done for the rest of the season, so definitely got to find someone else to play. We're keeping everything on the table over the next couple of days, Salah said. Asked if he's prepared to name Wilson as his starter this week. He said, not right now, not until I'm done evaluating everything. So they've got Mike White next on the depth chart, but Joe Flacco played decently well. I mean, he threw the ball. They were like one of the best passing teams in the league those first few games when Joe Flacco was in. I mean, 77 yards, and then when you asked if you let the defense down, you said no. I mean, well, what did you do then? You didn't give yourself a chance to fucking win. You didn't give your defense a chance. It's just sad. I mean, take accountability. Say you're gonna do better, bro. We let the defense down, but you know what? We're gonna go back. We're gonna look at the tape, and we're gonna get better. You know, we're gonna get better. We're gonna talk with our defense, and we're gonna tell them, we got their back, and they got our back, and we got to hold our own. But yeah, they played, as Salah said, like dog shit, literally. And they've got a great defense, so you can't waste it on this shit offense or Zach Wilson. So if he's got to make a change, he's got to make a change. It's a tough decision, but especially that he didn't own it, like after what happened and what he said, he's not the dude. So they need to go elsewhere at QB right now. And that's one of the hardest decisions to make, but fuck it. If you got to go with Flacco, you go with Flacco. You want to go with White, you go with White. Whatever you think is better. But I know Flacco was decent in the beginning of the season, so I don't know. I don't know. But other than that, I'm about to be out of here if we don't got anything going on right now. I'm sure more people might come on after the game, but I'm tired, gotta get up early, got a rough fucking week. But anyway, appreciate y'all that tuned in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, throw a comment down there. If you watch this video afterwards, but appreciate y'all. And look, we'll see y'all on Friday. We'll see y'all Friday. We'll see y'all Friday. Thursday night, maybe I might drop a video. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll be out. I'll see y'all. Thanks y'all for tuning in.